know somebody getting this. Somebody gonna get this. Somebody gonna get this. When we look at, and I want to just say this, when you're talking about you don't want to align with Mikhail, guess what? I'd rather align with Mikhail than align with Donna Deegan. Come on, Donna Deegan is the greatest threat to you today.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
Sure.
Why do I say that? Because this is a racist political economy where they're distributing and redistributing your wealth, your taxes, what you pay into the system is not coming back down into your community to cure the poverty, to cure all of the economic insufficiencies that we have in this community. Where's your money going? It's going to St. Johns County. It's going to Clay County. It's going to Nassau County. And what are you doing? You're building the schools up out there that they're A-rated while you allow your children to go to KIPP school. I was coming down. I had a speech prepared, but I'm going to let God just bring it. I was coming down God fair the other day. I was born here. Well, I wasn't born here, but I was raised here. And I was coming down Brentwood the other day, and I'm looking at KIPP school. KIPP school. And that $80 million morgue they put in our community that we didn't even ask for. And we had the audacity to look around in Brentwood School, public school, is closed. But we got our children housed in this white supremacist institution called KIPP School that is blood-sucking our children and blood-sucking our money and ain't teaching nothing and not accountable to us for nothing. How did that happen? How did we allow Brentwood to be closed? And I was looking at the board and stuff around here. Because we so busy. The number one thing you need to do, let me tell you something. I made a sacrifice. It ain't a school in Duval County good enough for my granddaughter.
That's right.
See, I ain't got much. But my granddaughter, Beatrix, named after my grandma, is the most precious thing I have. Her mind, the environment she in, what she receive every day. She was on the thing the other day and they was talking about Dr. Martin Luther King, and they said, well, Dr. King had a dream. My granddaughter said, and she's 7, 8 years old, my granddaughter said, no, it wasn't about a dream. He was killed because he was for wages and increasing wages and marching for better wages and ending poverty in Memphis, Tennessee. My 7, 8-year-old said that to the teacher because I put it in them. You got to teach them.
Yes.
Yeah.
It starts early. We're already a concrete subject under white supremacy. What do I mean by that? From the time you're born, with the maternal death rates in Duval County, we black women are at greater odds of dying. Our children are dying. Our infants are dying quicker. You understand? It's like a big, let me tell you something, white supremacy like this one big circle.
Yes. And
we're being under attack on every institution, whether it's education, banking, whether it's our neighborhoods, whether it's the criminal justice system, wherever it is, whether it's the political system down there at City Hall, whatever it is, we are under attack and we are overly represented as in terms of the racism. It's so much to talk on. I had the statistics for our black youth today and how they're being overrepresented in the juvenile delinquency in the system, and it was talking about all the reasons why. And so, but you don't have but a few minutes to really touch somebody's soul today. I want to touch somebody's soul today. Let me tell you something. We have got to return back to an African communal spirit and how we do economics. You have got to get up every single time you get up in the morning. You got to be introspective. How your mind is being accosted by white supremacy thinking. Our people are emulating white supremacy racism, and if I had an opportunity, I would teach it to you. Now, you say, what is racism? You ask that question. What's a racist? Guess what? If I had the opportunity to be racist, Donald Trump would be in prison. Come on. Ain't none of us in here got the power to be racist. Not at all. One of my degrees, after I left nursing, I went back to the University of North Florida. Well, let me just give you a background. I graduated from Bowles High School. I grew up on the north side. My aunt and uncle had a motel right off of US 1 and Old Kings Road called Legette's Motel. You guys been out there? Yes. And my uncle started out right downtown on Broad Street as a barber. And he bought 8 acres of land out in what they call Pickett. And my family, the Legettes, have the largest concentration of one big piece of land on the north side of Jacksonville. And I was literally taken from the north side, catching the bus to Bowles High School. I was one of the first black women to graduate from Bowles in 1984. And then I went on to the University of Florida and I majored in religion, came back home, had 2 kids, went to nursing school. But 13 years later, my daughter was going to the University of North Florida, which they say my daughter is Mikhail Muhammad's daughter. It should be, because she is pro-black like you wouldn't believe. Unapologetically, and she worked for the IRS today. And I had the honor of majoring in English, because I went out there to save her. And I majored in English, but I majored in African American diaspora studies. See, education will change your whole mind. And a white man taught me something that I had never heard before, and I was 42 years old. He taught me these terms: white supremacy, capitalist, paternalism, patriarchal, racism. I had never heard that word. In 42 years, and I've been to every institution, I've been to every school, never heard the term white supremacy. And how that affected my life as a black woman living under white supremacy. Now that's a whole nother class, but I'm telling you, you're being interpolated into it every day. The news, I don't even look at the news. It's propaganda. Every time you look at WJXT and their content, you feed your children looking at that mess, you feeding into their mind that black people are uncivilized and that we are all the killers in Duval County and all of that. Turn that news off. Yes. Stop looking at CNN. Create your own news. Yes. Jacksonville, black people have $1.87 trillion in spending power. Let me tell you something. You see all of us in here talk about black solidarity. We don't need nobody else in Duval County. We could change Jacksonville just with the people right here. That's it. That's it. We have the power right within ourselves, right today, to question and stand up for our people within right here. The question is, do you have the will to do it? Come on. I am the first black woman was featured on the Florida Times Union for taking down the Confederate statue. I had my hand up like that, and I was praising God that they took it down. I was the first black woman to say Congresswoman Corrine Brown was a witch hunt to the federal government. Paul said, for me to live is Christ and to die is gain. So every day is a good day to die in Duval County. I don't fear death. Somebody gonna get there. For me to live is Christ and to die is gain. Y'all all Christians. I don't go to church, y'all. But I live. I wake up every day trying to live. How can we resist white supremacy? What can I do today? But the first thing, like I said, we've got to get back to an African, Afrocentric, communal spirit. I know I'm all over the place because I only got a few minutes to really try to capture somebody's mind. I'm going to give you an example. My daughter has a degree, and My son, he has his own money. I have my own money as a registered nurse. And guess what we decided to do? We bought a house together. We're not splitting our money with these crackers all over the place. And when I did, my house was burnt down. It burnt down over there on the north side. And they was fighting to take my land. It took me 14 damn years to get my shit back from the city of Jacksonville. But I never gave up. That's right. Spirit. You know why? Because my family went out there when it was nothing but woods and hewed that out. And they sweat and tears went into building that. And I'd be damned if somebody gonna take it from me. Reach. 14 years I fought with the city. Corrine Brown wouldn't help me and I was on the news every day with her. Reggie Brown wouldn't help me and I was down there on the news every day. Katrina, I was right there with her when she was going through the courthouse, holding her hand. And nobody would help me. But I got it back. You know, I got it back through fighting, through knowledge. Use that smartphone. There's no reason to be dumb no more. Pull that phone out. Meta, AI, it'll teach you everything you ever wanted to know. But we decided, when my house burned down, we decided to buy a house together. I was approved for $400 and some thousand. Could have got a new house, wherever. I got a house, yeah, I did end up moving on the north side, but I'm off of Extra Drive and all Trump. But that was what we could get during COVID. And I'm a testimony to what it took to get a home during the COVID. Okay? But instead of getting that, I decided to just get a $253,000 brick home. But I'm right off the wall. My house one day will be $400 and some thousand. So all I'm saying is you got to learn economics, folks. How we spending our money, right? We got to demand better from these politicians. I'm going to give you an example and I'm going to sit down. But this is so important. And I'm going to tell you the power of one person. And imagine if I had all of y'all with me. Al Ferraro is one of the biggest racists in Duval County. Of course. He was a council person, and I'm just giving this story because it's so important. And he was over District 2, over by, anybody know what Bush Drive is? Going out towards Yulee. He controlled that whole area. Well, here's the thing. The city said in order to be over the neighborhood department, which pays, and see, we don't know how important money is, because these churches teach us not to really respect money. And I can get into that in another story. You know, they really do, because the pastor want to get all the money. But nevertheless, let me tell you something. So the job paid $200,000. But it said on the thing that you had to have the qualification of a bachelor's degree. A black woman, and I don't even know this sister. Me and this sister don't clash because she's a Republican. Her name was Shakita Moore. She was a Republican. And by the way, get out of that Republican Democrat shit. That's all white supremacy. They against us. We need to stand for each other. Yes. And I can get on that subject. But here's the thing. So she was there, and she graduated from JU. And she had a degree, a master's degree, in public policy. Now, he didn't even have a degree. He mowed yards. That's right. He was a lawnmower. He made his money off of mowing yards. He didn't invest. That's why education is so important. You know what? You know the greatest threat to white America is an educated black man. Yes. They don't want you to know nothing. That's why he eliminated the Department of Education. Come on. Y'all better get real with this thing. He wants you to. Ignorant, not thinking, not concerned, apathetic. Some crackers down there, they can have it. No, they can't have my money. That's right. Now, without a fight, Well, anyway, let me just tell this story because it's important. So she has the degree. I met him in the park, and I met him with my council person, Mike Gay, another Republican, but I worked with all of them and on their campaign and stuff because he represents my area. So I need to align with whoever gonna fight for my house, right? I don't care who he is, they're a white man. I don't see no difference between white Democrats and white Republicans. Y'all the same to me, two sides of the same coin, fighting for the same material. Anyway, to make a long story short, I saw him and he said, well, Donald Deegan already gave me that job. She already gave me that job. Now, mind you, this is the same cracker that was against the Confederate flag statue coming down. See how these people feed into white supremacy? And you vote for them. You all, you on the front porch supporting them. But what is she doing behind closed doors? She empowering the same people that hate you. So, yeah, people don't like to name names when they get up. See, I'm bold. I be talking their names, don't I? Don't care. Anyway, so guess what he said? He said, Denise, he said, if you support me, don't say nothing about it, I got you. I get you in to see Donald Deegan, and I get you something. This is when they was doing the jobs and the transition. Yep. He told me he'd get me a good job. If I don't say nothing. I said, because how can you get that job when you ain't got no bachelor's degree? And then Shakita Moore, the black lady, she in there, she doing the job, but she can't get paid and they won't give her the job. Yep. Is that fair? Nope. I'm talking to you, sister, because we're the ones that's disproportionately underrepresented when it comes to money. Yep. He said, well, since I got, he said, well, Miss Hunt, I got you. If you just work with me. I said, Al, I work too hard and I've suffered too long for my degrees, and I think everybody should do the same because I believe in meritocracy. Well, let me tell you what happened. So I got with some black men. I called some black men, and they all told me, Denise, I'm going to come down there with you to the committee. I'm going to be there with you when you face him. Because they was having the committee on whether he could get the job, right? They said, oh, we're going to be down there with you on Tuesday. I get down there, the whole city council room open. Everybody, city councilman on the board, they don't came out to support him to keep the job. I was like, Lord, I don't even like talking out. I hate talking out, but give me the strength. I really felt like David when he was going against Goliath. And I was like, well, here's everybody. I'm texting. Where they at? Well, I was sick today. I just didn't feel like coming. Denise, I was trying to get down there. Now, I turned in my blue card so they don't call my name, so I got to speak. I got up there and I told them, I want to see Al Ferraro's education. I want to see his history. Did he graduate? Turns out, he never graduated from high school. Oh, God. And you say, why is that important? Because the money that we spend as taxpayers, we have a right to have accountability for how that money is being distributed. If it's not being distributed in programs and housing assistance and light bill assistance, or they making it harder when you call 211, you can't get through. There's obstacles every time you call. And she's saying to you, well, we're giving away this money, but the money ain't trickling down to stabilize the black family because you need money because what? Them eggs going up, that gas going up, JEA going up, property taxes going up. Money. Where's your money? You can't take care of your children and stabilize your children with the health care and Medicaid is being cut. So there's no place a lot of Medicaid out here. Come on, folks. We got to demand accountability for our money. Show up. Guess what? One person. I stopped him from getting that job. Now, if I could do it with one, imagine if I had crowded the whole thing. We could change the whole system with just us. And then we inspire other people to join. Usually when I come out, most people know I have my granddaughter here, my disabled son, my daughter, her boyfriend, everybody goes. My whole family participates in what I'm doing. It's a requirement. Okay. But I just want to say that. Because you can get up here with some theatrics. But y'all need something that'll stick with you. My daughter worked for the IRS. I want to leave you with one tip. Don't take the standard itemization. Save your receipts and demand your money back. We're losing money through the IRS. I wanted to teach that. There's so much I could teach when you have so much knowledge. But Brother Mikhail, when you was talking about gentrification, let me just say this, and I'm gonna sit down. When you look at LaVilla, we used to own all of that. That used to be all black owned. They forced us out through housing laws. And what did Donna Deegan give us? She gave us a commemorative plaque of James Weldon Johnson. Does that put money in our pockets? No. But she gave JWB, that so many of us are facing rental discrimination and housing, and gave them $50 million to build that Johnson Commons, and we can't even afford to live there. Because the average income gotta be, the average place is $300 and something thousand. And most of us don't make $7,000 and $8,000 a month. We're being displaced in our own land. Get connected to the land. Get connected to your money at City Hall. And demand accountability. Don't be afraid. And hold your friends accountable. I ain't got a friend in Jacksonville I love more than justice. And people talk about me all the time. Get out of what people gonna say about you. People gonna talk about you no matter what. Get out of the way how you look and all this superficial mess. Let's come together. Use your resources, however it is, to help one another, whether it's knowledge. Stop that crab mentality shit. Reach out and help somebody. If you got $10 to get a church, give him some money. Give somebody something. Help them however you can. Lift somebody up today. Come to City Hall, like I was down there fighting that Councilman Ron Salem, trying to introduce that Doge mess in Jacksonville. That's the politics of division. And he called himself Palestinian descent. And gonna introduce that apartheid-loving crap. Elon Musk bill foolishness in our city when black people in 1964, we died for the Civil Rights Act of 1964 that led to the Neutrality Act that let his damn people in this country. And then he had the nerve to turn on us and introduce that divisive mess. Y'all should have been down there with me when I called him out. And I don't know how to be politically correct. All I know how to do is stand before God and tell the truth. All I know how to do is say it's wrong. All I know how to do is say I love you. I know it, but you know it's like Jeremiah. It's like fire, shut up in your ball. I know it, but when you're talking to your people, you just love them and you have so much. We continue to have me.
We ain't gonna do that, sister. I want to make some announcements. Can we give Sister Denise Hunt a strong hand? You all right? It's okay, sister. We have to start.